I only carry it around because musicians get pussy. So how's everyone's love life going? Okay, you guys could use some help. Well, you can talk to me if you need help, because I like to think of myself as somewhat of a matchmaker. After all, I am the reason my parents got married. So this has been a really big week for me. I just finished high school this week, so it's really good to be done with that. High school sucked. One part that really blew about high school was how early you have to wake up. To wake up so early for high school. And alarm clocks don't wake me up. I sleep right through them. So my mom wakes me up. And this wouldn't be too big a problem, except I sleep nude. So, though it has fixed my morning wood problem. That goes down real quick. So, but yeah, it's been a big week for me. I also finally made it to second base. Some people are telling me it doesn't count because I was at a doctor's appointment. But I'm counting it. So, but yeah, high school, it's great to be done. I look back at myself and I think I was so stupid. I remember back when I was a freshman, I had a lot of things I really wanted to do. And one of them was something a lot of freshman guys really want to do. I really wanted to hook up with a senior, so I decided I was going to make this happen. So what I did was I volunteered down at an old folks' home. It's gross, I know, it's gross. Yeah, but that freshman year in high school was awful because I had to take biology, and that is a horrible, horrible class. I remember the biology final. I got not only a bad grade on it, but I also got in trouble for what I wrote. It asked me to list the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction, which I did, but apparently all mine weren't correct. I remembered studying that one difference between sexual and asexual reproduction was that asexual reproduction had one parent and sexual reproduction had two parents. So I felt like, based off that, I could deduce the next two. So for my second one, I put down that sexual reproduction was more fun. And for my third one, I was really striving, so I thought about it for a while, and I ended up writing down that asexual reproduction often involved a computer screen. And my teacher came up to me after the final and she said, "Edmund, sponges reproduce asexually. Tell me how a sponge would use a computer screen." And I looked at her and I said, "I can't tell you how a sponge would use a computer screen, but I can tell you how I'd use a sponge when I'm using a computer screen." So in my quest for adulthood, now that I'm done with high school, I want to start reading more, but I'm not ready to read big books. So I decided I'd start reading adult novels. So I, 50 Shades of Grey, that kind of stuff. People read that kind of stuff? Anyone? Okay, one lady in the back, alright. I think the rest of the people are judging you now, but it's cool. I decided to pick up my first one, or what I thought was going to be my first one. It ended up not being an adult novel. Am I the only one that didn't know Captain Underpants was for kids? What's creepy behind that? I have a problem with James Bond, and it's not just because I'm jealous of him. I think his movies are very unrealistic. It's not the car chases, the explosions, the high-tech gadgetry, none of that. It's just that he's had 25 different movies, shags 3 chicks a movie, and I'm supposed to believe he doesn't have an STD? I think it's pretty irresponsible that movie companies are putting that out and they're teaching kids that, I think that they should kind of promote, let people know about the STDs James Bond could be having. Change the movie titles, the man with the golden gun could be the man with the gonorrhea. Casino Royale could be Chlamydia Royale. Or of course my favorite Bond film, From Russia with Love Bumps. I recently heard something pretty crazy. A man is going to jail for 1 month for flicking off a judge. He's going to jail for a month for giving a judge the finger. And I don't think it's proportional punishment though, because in jail, he's going to get a little more than a finger. That's a terrible joke, I know. Subway Sandwiches was recently in trouble because some of their footlong sandwiches have been measured at 11 inches. As a customer, I'm upset, but I do sympathize with Subway because I too have had to lie about size. It's rough. It's rough. I'm gonna check my note card real quick. I'm a little awkward about that. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. This joke's gonna be great for my friends from Catholic school. They're gonna love this joke. I read this study recently that when you're pregnant, swallowing semen can actually help you reduce the risk of this dangerous pregnancy condition called preeclampsia. Blowjobs can be healthy. Blowjobs actually reduce the risk of another pregnancy condition called pregnancy. This is crazy. In Texas, I just heard this, it's illegal to own 6 or more dildos. It's an odd rule, but before we get up in arms about it, I think it's clap for Texas, guys. I think it's important to note that in Texas, dildos are probably bigger than dildos in any other state. So there's that. Texas has going for it. I have an 11-year-old sister, and she came up to me with a riddle the other day, and I'm going to share the riddle with you guys. She said, Edmund, I have a riddle, and I was like, okay, what is it? And she was like, so there's 2 people, Craig and Olivia, and Craig dies at sea, and Olivia dies in the mountains. Why is everyone so much happier about Craig's death? Because Craig was a dick. All right, thank you guys. I'm Edmund Lewis. That's my time.